Height is absolutely one of the most important physical attributes in basketball, especially for centers. But do you know how many feet we're talking about? Top 10 tallest NBA players ever. Number 10, Tiago Splitter. At 6'11", the small one of the group kicks off the list. This is Tiago Splitter, a prominent league athlete who went down in history as the first Brazilian-born player to win an NBA championship in 2014. He did deserve it. This former professional basketball player has achieved several honors throughout his 7 seasons in the National Basketball Association. Hear me out. He won the Spanish Cup 3 times, was a member of the All-EuroLeague team 3 times, was named MVP of the Spanish League, and was named MVP of the Spanish Super Cup twice. A top-notch power forward. Nowadays, despite being a retired athlete, he works as a player development coach for the Brooklyn Nets, from Brazil to the world. Number 9. Aleksej Pokusevsky. Make way for the youngest athlete in the NBA, Aleksej Pokusevsky, a 20-year-old Serbian man who is quite a star in the league. This professional power forward has played more than 100 games for the Oklahoma City Thunder and stands out for his ball handling, shooting accuracy, and knowledge of the game, making him an absolute basketball rising star. His statistics and playability prove it. At 6'12", there's no doubt that his talent and height are natural, getting him to make extraordinary movements. He's as big as his colleague Brook Lopez, an experienced 34-year-old American basketball player who also stands at 6'12". Now he plays for the NBA's Milwaukee Bucks and is an intimidating center. But he's not alone, because this athlete is a twin. His brother, Robin Lopez, who is as tall as him, also plays as a center but in different teams. Whew! Since July 2022, Robin has worn the Cleveland Cavaliers jersey. Number 8. Rudy Gobert. This center with French roots plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves and is one of the best defensive players in the NBA. And why wouldn't he be? I mean, he won the top prize of the National Basketball Association 3 times in 2018, 2019, and 2021. Totally justified. But that's not all. Besides being an official member of his national team, he's been a 4-time member of the All-NBA team, a 6-time member of the All-Defensive First Team, and a 3-time NBA All-Star. On top of that, Gobert was also the NBA's blocking leader in the 2016-2017 season, and the NBA's rebounding leader in the 2021-2022 season. Over 7 feet of pure talent and skill. That's right, believe it or not, this basketball star stands at an incredible 7'1", the same height as Jakob Poeltl, the first Austrian basketball player to play in the NBA ever. Now, this professional player is 27 years old and plays for the San Antonio Spurs as a center. Number 7. Bol Bol. The 23-year-old son of the former star of the Miami Heat and Golden State Warriors, Manute Bol, lands on this list. This is Bol Manute Bol, or just Bol Bol. As the saying goes, the apple never falls far from the tree, so this Orlando Magic's young star not only has the same skills as his dad, but also has an enviable height for this discipline, since this Sudanese-American player stands at 7'2". What a considerable height! But it isn't enough to tower over his dad, whose height I'll tell you later on. Yet there's someone who measures up to him, and this is Moses Brown, a basketball player who is his same age and also stands at 7'2". Nowadays, this American athlete plays for the NBA's Los Angeles Clippers and for the Ontario Clippers of the NBA G League. Number 6. Seung-Jin. Let me introduce you to the first South Korean athlete to play in the NBA, Seung-Jin. The first and so far the only one. And that's not all, because he's still listed as the tallest basketball player in his country. Despite being retired, no one has reached him. Well, standing at 7'3", it's almost impossible. Plus, this 37-year-old athlete won the Korean Basketball League playoffs in 2009 and 2011, was named MVP in 2011, and has represented his national team in 3 different tournaments, always playing as a center. Fun fact, this professional basketball player is also good at football, a man of many talents. Another professional basketball player who also stands out for being 7'3" is Hashim Thabit, a 35-year-old athlete who's been the only Tanzanian to play in the NBA and is considered to be one of the all-time best signings of the National Basketball Association. Number 5. Peter John Ramos. Thanks to his abilities and being over 7'3", this former Puerto Rican basketball player put together a winning streak throughout his career. He was the 6th athlete from his country to play in the NBA, but he also played in the Puerto Rican Baloncesto Supernacional, the Chinese Basketball Association, and the Philippine Basketball Association, and was even a member of the Puerto Rico national basketball team, showing off his center skills. But all good things come to an end, so he retired from basketball in 2016 to be a professional wrestler and began his career in the World Wrestling Council in 2019. What a change. Number 4. Boban Marjanovic. This center is included in the Houston Rockets roster and has played 8 seasons in the NBA. He stands out for his accurate free throws and effectiveness of 82%. Quite unusual if we talk about his height, as he stands at 7 feet 4 inches tall. He's a tower on the court. You can only compare his great height with his charisma, because this Serbian athlete is one of the most adorable players in the league. If you don't believe me, you'll be surprised to find out that he participated in some Hollywood film productions, such as John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, and the latest Netflix production, Hustle. Also, he's been the face of many advertising campaigns for companies such as Goldfish and State Farm. Awesome! On the other hand, Mark Edward Eaton was one of the best defensive centers in NBA history, was also huge at 7'4", and had many sports awards such as the NBA All-Star in 1989, NBA Defensive Player of the Year in 1985 and 1989, and he was a 5-time member of the NBA All-Defensive Team. Number 3. Chuck Nevitt. Charles Goodrick Nevitt, or Chuck Nevitt to his friends, is a former American basketball player who was famous for being the tallest player to win an NBA championship. And it does make sense because this huge athlete stands at 7'5". Unfortunately, despite his height, he never had a great opportunity in the NBA or established himself as a player. Perhaps it was because he only weighed 220 pounds. Quite the contrary to Pavel Podkolzin, who was in good physical condition and was enormous at 7'5" tall, but had continuous injuries that prevented him from maintaining a high competitive level. Number 2. Tacko Fall. Owner of great blocking skills, this Senegalese center is a sensation for being a monumental 7'6" tall. No one can go over him. This 26-year-old professional athlete has been a part of important teams, such as the Boston Celtics and Cleveland Cavaliers, so he held the honorary position of the tallest player in the North American League until August 2022. However, he currently plays for the Xinjiang Flying Tigers of the Chinese Basketball Association, where he has become a fundamental part of the team. And no wonder. Another NBA star popular for his 7'6" height was Yao Ming, a former Chinese basketball player who played 8 seasons in the NBA, all of them with the Houston Rockets. He was known not only for his physical and athletic superiority, but also for his intelligence and knowledge of the game. Plus, he was one of the tallest players in the NBA with great skills and excellent playability. Over his entire career, he made 8 All-Star lists, was named to the All-NBA team 5 times, and was a 3-time Olympic gold medalist. Unfortunately, a minor stress fracture and other injuries led to his retirement. Due to his undeniable talent, he has become the tallest player to be included in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, and was elected president of the Chinese Basketball Association. Alright, now look up, because you're about to meet the greatest exponent of height in basketball. Number 1. MANUTE Bol. And the first place goes to, I know you were waiting for him, Bol's father. He's considered to be one of the best blockers in the history of the NBA. This athlete was quite good since he stood at 7'7". He was unbreakable. Although his performance was below average in other aspects, he developed into a defensive specialist and an excellent passer with great sight on the court. Thanks to it, when alive, the Sudanese played for many teams such as the Washington Bullets, Golden State Warriors, Philadelphia 76ers, and Miami Heat. Another gigantic basketball player he shares this podium with is George Muresan, a Romanian athlete who stands at 7'7" and played in center position for the Washington Wizards and Brooklyn Nets. Unfortunately, in this case, his enormous size resulted from acromegaly, a pituitary gland disorder, as both his father and mother have a standard height. This also led him to suffer a significant series of injuries, and he retired in 2000 at 29. Not everything is as pretty at that height as it seems, right? If you enjoyed the information, like the video, subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss the next videos. Keep having a good time with more content. Just click here, here, and here.